Welcome back, Formal fans. We're here with another Formal Gangster review, looking at the Apex Legends Higround 65 Plus keyboard. The most notable things about this keyboard are that it's the 65% size, so it's a slightly smaller keyboard. It also has the 10 keyless feature to it, so it doesn't have the 10 keys on the right side, and it's used primarily for esports because the lubricated keys have a low actuation. They're meant to move really quickly. Some of the most notable features are that it's got TTC linear mechanical Venus switches that are hot-swappable, so at any point if you want to change out the keys, if you want to do clicky keys, tactile keys, linear keys, you can swap into any one of those things. It has an aluminum plate with dual silicone dampening, so it kind of cuts the sound out. It has die sub PBT keycaps, so you can kind of like change the keycaps out if you'd like. It's per key RGB, which is really nice, so you don't have just one light underneath the unit. You have a light in each one that you could probably change if you wanted to. This one specifically is a slightly more economic version because it's using the Venus linear keys instead of the Hall effect keys. These go for about $150 and get marked down to about $100. The HE version, which is their slightly more esports pro, more high-level version, just changes out the keys for Hall effect keys, and the actuation in that case is 0.1 millimeters to 3.8 millimeters. So the control level is just insane. It means as soon as you push the key, it responds the way that you want it to respond, and obviously if you're an esports pro, that's definitely worth the price, but otherwise for guys like us that are just, you know, playing on the weekends for right now and not on competitive teams just yet, this is a steal, and especially over the holidays, they can get marked down from 150 down to 100. I found this guy for like $50, so look for him. You can find him. 50 is kind of unheard of, but 50% off is something that they do on their website, so check it out. It might still be going right now. Without further ado, we're going to pop this guy open and give you guys a look at the unit. Truth be told, the keyboard that I have is about 5, maybe 10 years old, and I was just getting to the point where I was worried about it, so this is as soon as it breaks. We're gonna use a real knife, and well, God rest the soul of the Crocodile Hunter. We're going to show you the front of the box here, which you saw pretty clearly at the beginning. Well, mentions that 65%. We're going to show you the back of the box. Mentions a cable and maybe a little unit to take out the keys. Some of the things that I just talked to you about over on this side. And I'll be honest, it's a pretty sturdy box. You know, this kind of thing that I might even use to transport it. For my last keyboard, the box that it came in was so great for shipping, and it was kind of like perfect size and shape like this one, that why go get a carrying case? Alright. So, setup instructions. Keyboard. This has all of the functions listed out, the RGB functions, multimedia functions. So a few different settings for your RGB. I don't know if I can hold that up so you guys can pause it. A few different settings, probably for in-game. Alright. And of course, you always have the crisp packaging in the middle there. Gotta love that. Okay. I've seen 100 Thieves do a lot of that contour mapping, so we're just gonna peel this guy out of here. And give me 30 seconds. Just wanted to make sure my phone was off so I don't get interrupted here. Oh wow. Now I will say, I've got one key that has already flown the coop. Already jumped out. Maybe you can see it there. So we're gonna pop this guy back in and hope that we put it in the right direction, because there's definitely a design on here that will look silly otherwise. Alright. Popped right back in. Yeah, okay. Oh. Like new. Alright. So, let's go ahead and give you guys a look at the master product right there. There's not a lot to go over here, but it does look like, if you look at these keys, it's got all of your abilities on the bottom, which is kind of an Apex Legends thing. You know, a lot of people use the spacebar for those abilities. If you rotate it, you've got all of the labels for the keys. So if you're just losing your mind and you're like, oh my god, what is this key? That will help a lot. And from the top here, of course, you've got this kind of texture that feels really good on the fingers. So cool design, really cool kind of like nod to Apex. Really love the texture on the keys. And the see-through bottom bit here is very slick. Plays off the colors well on the edges. USB-C up top, which is always really nice. It does not have a kickstand, but you know what? I like that better because I always end up knocking the little feet off the kickstand. I can't tell you how many times I've been like mid-game and I'll be playing and the little kickstand will like at just the wrong time. So I love a kickstand. It's not bad if you want a little higher, a little lower. Alright, but if you're playing competitive esports and your system in any way fails, it will just drive you nuts. So this guy looks really cool. Oh, they got a sticker in here for me. I'm a sucker for stickers. I will put them on anything. I'll spend $10 on one of them. Higround, heyo. And I'm a sucker for graffiti too, so they've got my number. If you look below where the keyboard was stored, and we'll just pull the sticker out here. 2 stickers. This is just another one that says Higround. We'll show the camera though, so you guys don't feel left out. Higround. That's what the bottom looks like. Kind of reflects the keyboard. A couple of areas up top. I imagine this is just like a charger or a cord and a keycap port. Which, that is exactly what it looks like. In this bag, charging cable. It looks like USB-C to USB, which is always nice because if you go to a LAN cafe or something like that and they don't have USB-C connectors, then you're set. These look like they go to some kind of kitchen utensil, but imagine this one pokes right down and picks up your key and pulls it off. And I can probably give you a little, you know, kind of goes on like that and then pulls your key off if you want. And I'm not going to pull them off just yet because I don't want to cause some problems there. And this one I imagine just assists. Just a helpful tool. So now that I've got everything out of the box and all over the table, which I'm sure, and I'm talking behind my logo here, so you know, you probably got like a reverse Wilson situation if anybody watches Home Improvement. But we'll go ahead and knock most of this back into the box. We'll give you guys one last look at the unit here. And man, when we finally upgrade the whole esports combat arena battle station, this is going to be one of the first pieces. So you guys will probably see an upgraded computer, you guys will probably see an upgraded setup, you know, something that's very Apex Legends, League of Legends themed, and I'm excited for it. So thank you so much for putting up with me for another Formal Gangster review, and this is Formal signing off. Bye.